Hey guys, I got a really cool product to share with you today. It's the Apple AirTags. I just picked these up the other day and they are just so cool. I went ahead and bought another 4-pack. Now you can get these in by themselves, or you can pick up a 4-pack and you save a little money if you want a few of them. So today I'm going to go over basically how to set them up. It's so easy. How to use them, and what are some general purposes for them, and how I'm planning to use them, and why did I purchase 2 4-packs. So let's go ahead and get into it. Now I did set one of these up yesterday in the box, and I got the 4-packs. For whatever reason, Apple's make this so tight it's hard to get out of the package. But like Apple, they really packaged it very nice. The instructions are labeled accordingly, really just 2 steps, and here they are. I set this one up yesterday. I set this up for my camera bag, and I'll show you how I'm going to use this. But they're pretty small. They're white, and there's no color options. And they have this little shiny apple designed in. I love how they make that twist on words. Designed in California, made in China. So they're really trying to push their American type of brand, but they are made in China. But you know, like all of Apple items, they're made of a pretty high quality, and they feel pretty quality as well. I'd say they're about, I'm going to put this up to my phone, maybe an inch or so in diameter, and they almost look like ceramic. The weight is, you know, not too heavy but not too light either. Pretty cool. A little smaller than I actually thought they were, which is good. They do take a battery. I think it's and I'll leave it in the video somewhere. I think it's like a button cell, a 3023 or something like that, which you can buy those cheap on Amazon. And I think you do have to replace the batteries like once a year. But I already paired this one for my camera, and I'll show you. I'm going to set up another one, and they're like so easy. This is my iPhone, and the iPhone I have is the iPhone 10 or 11. I forget. I should know. All you do to activate it, I'm going to go ahead and peel this label off. And when you peel the label off, there's a tab. If you've bought small electronics before, you know that those button cells, they have like a piece of paper to block the connectivity, so the electronics device isn't engaged to wear down the battery. And this is no different. But what's really cool is when you unwrap it, it's exposing the tag, the paper tab. So when you pull it off, it's going to activate the device. So I'm going to go ahead and pull it. You can see I can hear it chirp a little bit. I don't know if you can hear that on camera. As long as it's close, I'm going to say connect. It shows up automatically. I'm just going to say connect. And there's some defaults. You can say camera, bike, backpack, headphones, jacket, keys, and so on. I'm going to do a custom name because I do want to name these a little bit different. This one's going to go in my carry-on. So I'm just going to say, you know, carry-on, Mike's carry-on. So I do plan on putting this one in my carry-on package or my carry-on luggage. And I'm going to say continue. And now you can choose an emoji. Emojis are flags, smiley faces. There's like, I don't know, thousands of different things that you can pick. Or you can search. You can just go and browse. They got sports. They got just a million different kind of emojis. And they're just little symbols, little characters. Or you can search. Now I searched and I put my camera bag as a camera. This one's luggage, so I have no idea what's going to show up. But I'm going to go ahead and hit luggage. And they do have some luggage out here. And I'm going to pick this one. It's a little picture of a luggage, and I'm going to say continue. And this is my Apple ID that I'm going to register it to. That's mine. And it's setting it up. That's pretty much it. It's that easy. I'm going to go ahead and click done. Now, if you want to look at the devices, these AirTags that you've already registered under your account and associate it with your Apple ID, just like if you're finding your iPhone devices. And that's one of the really cool things about being in the Apple family, and I truly mean family, is my son, my wife, we all use iPhones and Apple products. So you can find each other's phone, a sharing as far as location sharing, and yes, there are third-party apps that do similar or if not the same things, but with the Apple, it's that integration. It's that it gets out of the way. So I'm going to go ahead and do find. Go into like Find My, they call it. It used to be called Find My iPhone, and I think they dropped the iPhone just because they're extending it to so many other devices. Devices are the devices under your account. These are under the items. So you have to click on the items and you'll see your AirTags under that. And you can actually click on it. There's my camera bag and there's my location, and I can hit find, or I can play a little sound. The sound isn't bad. It's a little chirping sound, and it's really only designed for you to have that precise location. That's pretty much it. That's how you pair it. And now I'm going to go ahead and show you how to find it, and then we'll talk about how I plan on using it. I'm going to go ahead and drop this one. I've already registered as my camera, so I'm going to go ahead and show you where I'm going to put this in my camera bag. And they do make a bunch of keychains and hooks and adapters. Those things are really cool, but I don't want anybody to see it, because if you guys are in photography or have electronics bag where you keep a tablet, a laptop, something like that where you have an expensive gear in, you don't want it to be hanging off the side and people see it and know what it is and they pull it off and throw it away. You want to try to locate it if it's stolen. I mean, this isn't 100% tracking, meaning it's not a GPS that holds a signal all the time. But if somebody doesn't know that you have one of these in there, and they might be sitting at a park bench going through your stuff, you don't want it totally visible where they know they need to ditch that device. You want to, at least in my opinion, you want to have this in a very remote, hard to find location. So if somebody has it in their car even, yeah, you can't follow them because I think it pings people's iPhones as like a geocache area, but they pull into McDonald's or they go home, it will show their address and you will be able to find it. And that's what's cool about the sound, is it doesn't engage the sound until you want to engage the sound. So really cool. Here's where I'm going to keep it in my camera bag, and this is a 10 by 10. I believe it's a 10. Yes, DNA 10. I really like this camera bag. It's I've tried quite a few others over the years, and it seemed like I keep on coming back to this. And in this, there's a lot of compartments. For me, I think the best, and I was playing around with this yesterday. Let me go ahead and pull out this insert so you guys can see a little bit better. And this camera bag, all the other junk that I got in here, is there's a little middle pocket, like a pen pocket, right there. And all I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and insert this and push it down. And obviously it's easy to remove if I want to switch camera bags, but I'm going to go ahead and do that now. And I don't know if it makes a difference as far as which face is out. So I'm just going to go ahead and insert it like this. It reminds me of a big Mentos or something. So, and this is a really tight fit, but not too tight where I can't get it out. And right there, you can kind of see it through the packaging. But when the camera's in it, it's tough to see. But you know what? Since it is tough to see, let me see how it looks reversed. Maybe it's a little bit incognito if I reverse it. So let me go ahead and do that. Oh, this is better. You guys can see this better. I didn't know this came out. Yeah, so that's even harder to see. So I think I'm going to leave it like that, reversed. You can see it's right here. And if I want to switch camera bags, I can just pop it out and it's not going anywhere. Perfect. I even have room to use it as a pen. I didn't have a pen in here, but so I'm gonna go ahead and throw my stuff back in here. At least some of it for now. And I'm gonna show you guys how this works. I'm gonna go set my camera bag outside like I forgot it in the shed, and yes, I won't be able to show you. I'm not going to leave this at McDonald's, but I'm going to show you basically how it works and how cool it is. So let me go hide this and we'll pick back up here and we'll try to locate this thing. Okay guys, so what I did is I took my camera bag, placed it in the shed on top of the lawnmower. And I wanted to show you this. Now this is not a GPS tracking device. Those little units do not have GPS in them. My understanding anyway is that it uses a low power Bluetooth to communicate over the iPhone network. So you have to have iPhones within that proximity. A lot of people have iPhones, but there's not too many people that have iPhones in my backyard. So I don't know how good this is going to work, but I'm going to give it a test. But I think it's also fair to show you guys that it's not going to work in every situation. So looking at my screen, it shows that it's still with me because that was his last known location. My yard's really big, so this blue dot should be somewhere right in the middle between this street and that street. So I'm going to give it another 10 minutes to see if it pings something. And if it doesn't work, what I'm going to do is I'm going to start walking out in the backyard to see. I'm going to use the find near option, but I want to see when it'll start picking up that signal, especially with the shed door closed. Let's go ahead and find out. So it's been about 10 or 15 minutes. I went and had a cup of coffee. And when I'm looking, oh, look, it just updated. Oh, right in front of me as I'm talking. I don't know if I got this on film or if it was right before I hit the start button. Is the camera bag, I was just about to tell you it didn't update because it said last updated 6 minutes ago and it showed my current location. And the AirTag that I just registered for carry-on, which is the one right here. I always drop everything when I'm doing it on camera. But this one was showing with me right here, right in my spot. So the camera did update. I don't know if it pinged my neighbor's phone or my phone and it's getting the proximity on the GPS. This street, it's not 100% accurate because it should be right here. But that's cool that it's working even if there's not a close iPhone around. And once I get outside, I'm going to see how it does. So let's go ahead and take it to the next level. So guys, after that camera icon moved twice, I went outside to take a look to see if I could understand what happened. And my neighbor has friends over, they're outside barbecuing, and the first time it moved was right where they're at. So that's for sure, I'm almost certain that's what it was. Since I was inside, their iPhone was closer, so it took on that GPS coordinate. And then later, someone was probably walking by. There's a lot of people walking around there with their dogs. It picked up even a closer proximity to an iPhone moments later, and it used that GPS address. Because again, these don't have GPS inside them. They just take on whatever the closest iPhone to get you close to with a proximity. Then you use the Bluetooth once you connect to it, and then you find your waypoint. So what I did is to prove this out, I took a walk in the backyard, and as you can see, both the luggage, which is still in the office, and the camera is following me. So it's saying it's with me. Obviously, none of them are with me. The camera is in the shed, and the handbag, the luggage, is inside the house. So I took a walk closer to the shed, and what I want to do was to see if that camera bag was going to pick up my iPhone, use those coordinates, and then the luggage, the icon of the luggage, which is in my office, my son's iPhone is inside the house. So after a couple minutes, it should reset, the luggage should go up, and the camera should be where my iPhone is currently. We'll give it a second here. And I said about 15 minutes. I may have said that. I think it's faster than that. I think it's every couple minutes it looks for iPhones in the area. Oh, there it goes. Did you see that it must have pinged my son's cell phone? And it said, oh, you're not in the middle of the backyard. You're up front. Hit find nearby. Connected, but the signal is weak. Try moving to a different location. I believe I'm outside of the range of the Bluetooth. I'm just going to I don't want to walk up to the shed quite yet. The shed is over there. I want to try to see if the Bluetooth picks it up. I'm guessing I'm about 250 feet still from the shed, and obviously it's going to pick it up if I walk right close to it. So I want to I want to act like I'm walking around in circles here, not knowing where it's at. And there's the shed as far as in relation to where I'm walking. Still not picking up anything. Neighbors probably think I'm nuts. Still nothing. About 100, maybe about 130 feet, if I'm doing my math right, because I'm on an angle here. It's still not picking it up. Oh, it just picked something up. So about 97 feet. I was close. I said 100 and some feet, and I took about 15-20 steps. So it's not a complete idiot. Oh, it just lost its. Oh, now it found it again. So I'm right at that borderline. Count about 100 feet as far as when there's no iPhone in the vicinity. As I move away, it's telling me to turn around, and it's giving me a course to head. And it's pretty accurate. Not 100% accurate, but it's very close. Close enough where you can easily navigate. I want to go ahead and open this up. And it says it's right in front of me. As you can see, it is right in front of me. I'm going to turn the light on. And I'm going to go ahead and play the sound. I don't know if you guys can hear that. It's very clear. I think it's just loud enough where you can hear it, but it's not like crazy and drains the battery. So that's it, guys. Now we're going to do a second test. So I'm going to ask my son to hide this AirTag somewhere in the house where I don't know about it, and I'm going to try to locate it. This is to simulate like losing your keys or something like that in your house. So Gavin, no. Here you go. I'm going to stay here. I'm not going to see if you're upstairs, downstairs, anywhere in the house, any floor. Let's see how long it'll take me to find this and how effective they work. All right, so let's see if we can find this. And this one is Mike's carry-on. And of course it's the same address, so I'm not going to use the map portion. Again, that is to get you to the address in order to do the find nearby. So since it's here, I'm going to do the find nearby. It's connected. It's saying the signal is weak. I'm just walking around my house. This is in my bedroom upstairs. Now, he could have put this upstairs on the second floor, the main floor, and we have a basement. So it can be anywhere. I'm just kind of walking around each room except for my office. My wife's office is a mess. It's not in here. Still nothing. This is my son's room. Okay. I think I'm gonna head downstairs now. Still getting weak signal. So I really thought that, I got a hit. So 21 feet, 13 feet, 11 feet, 9 feet, 8 feet. It's showing it outside. I'm gonna hit the volume, so I think he's got it outside. I'm gonna play this, see if I hear it. I hear it. Hearing it. In the refrigerator? be in the basement. So I hear it, but it sounds like it's coming from beneath me. So I'm gonna go downstairs and see if I hear it a little bit more clear, because it's saying it's behind me. So I know it's in that corner, or he went outside. One of the two. So since the signal is weak, I don't think you put it down here. I think you might have stuck it in the garage or one of the cabinets. So I'm gonna go back upstairs. He really hid this thing. I'm gonna start back over at my corner spot in the kitchen, see if I get another pickup. Yep, so it's not in the basement. It's saying it's nearby. Again, I can hear it. I think you might have stuck it in a drawer. I'm gonna play the sound. I keep on hitting the sound button. I don't know if you put it in one of these drawers. Huh. More light required. It says more light required. That seems odd. I don't know why it would need light in order to... It's saying 5 feet ahead. I'm gonna open the garage door to see if I hear it, just to see if he stuck it in the garage. No, definitely not in the garage. It's in the house. It's in the first floor. It's echoing. It's bouncing. It's got to be in one of these cabinets. Not there. Where did he stick that thing? Now it's showing it is right there. Huh. This is a tough one. Interesting. Not in the cabinets. It shows me walking away from it. It's definitely somewhere over there. I'm wondering if you put it on top. He wouldn't go through the trouble of putting it on top there. I hear it. I don't know if you guys can hear it on the speaker, but I hear it. Not coming from the cabinets. Hear it. Sounds like it's coming from the island. He did a good number on that. See if it gets louder. feel like it's coming from right here. Hotter, colder, hotter, colder. Are you here? It sounds like it's... Oh, I found it! I found it. It's back here in the Tupperware. I hope you guys can see that. It's right there. You guys can see my finger pointing right there. Here it is. I found it. Now, it's weird because although that chirping works, it was bouncing from inside that cabinet, and it was hard for me to locate the sound. But I've done a similar test where I know where it was at, and my ears could decipher which direction, and it was much easier for me to hone in on that exact location. But quite honestly, if it didn't chirp, yeah, it did take me, I don't know, 5-8 minutes to find this, but without that chirping noise, I would have never found this, or it would have taken me hours and hours and hours. So really cool still. I'm still impressed with these things. Okay, so my son hid this very well. That was like the ultimate indoor torture test, but it was still effective. Although it took me like 8 or 9 minutes to locate this, really, if he would have hit something in that exact same spot, I would have never found it at all. And to be able to find something in 8 or 9 minutes like that, it's truly amazing. So, again, a couple of limitations. This is not a GPS unit. It uses like a geocaching. It pings iPhones every so often to get its broad location. And if you don't have iPhones in the area like I didn't in the backyard, it's not 100% accurate. One really important thing to call out is there's no subscription to use these Apple AirTags. You can have 1, 20 of them. It doesn't matter. You attach them to your Apple account and you go. There's too many companies out there. It's a pet peeve of mine. They bleed you dry with these $2, $5 subscriptions. And it really does make an impact on your overall expenses when you add all that stuff up. So that's awesome to see that there's no extra charge to use these. I think that's great. These Apple AirTags have so many great uses. I went to Amazon and I bought another 4-pack because we plan on putting them in all of our luggage, both the check bags, carry-on bags, as you see, my camera bag, my son's day bag, both sets of keys, but really they can be applied to anything that you hold value. It could be a dog, a cat. They make these cool collars you can pick up on Amazon. Quick clips that you throw these in. Keychains. I do have to get a couple keychains. They're just very versatile and useful. One of the big things I'm looking for, we don't have a cruise plan because of the whole pandemic thing, but if you've ever gone on a cruise, you're waiting for your luggage to arrive at your room, and you never really know. You keep on having to walk back to your room to see if your luggage is there. With these, you could be sitting at the pool having a drink and know where your luggage is at all times because, you're at port, you got the iPhones all around you, people walking up and down the halls. So you should be able to, theoretically, and have to test it, it should work for that use. So it's just so many things. I could sit here and think of 50 other things. But it's really a cool product and it's fairly inexpensive. It's $100 for a 4-pack, and I think it's like $30 each if you want to buy them individual. I have 8 so far now, but I may even pick up another package of them. That's how cool they are. They're kind of new to me. I've been playing around with them for a couple days now, but they truly are awesome. If you guys have any questions, feel free to leave it in the comments, and I'd be more than happy to try to answer it. Thanks again, guys. Appreciate you watching. Take care. Bye.